I used to play football. Like, there's a ton of bodybuilders who used to be football. I think it's one of those archetypes of a bodybuilder, I guess. If you excelled at football at all, you had a certain amount of discipline to you and a certain amount of mental toughness and capacity to work, and that translates very well to bodybuilding. Born and raised in Tomball, Texas, which is a suburb of Houston, Texas. So anytime someone asks, just tell them Houston unless they're from the area, because they'll know where Tomball is. When I was younger, I was always pretty active, definitely. I got a four-wheeler when I was little, friends that we'd go ride with. Besides that, I was always pretty active as a kid. I always played hockey like 5 or 6 days a week, both ice and roller, and then got into middle school and played my first game of football. Hockey became a thing of the past and, kind of delved head on into football. Definitely wasn't the biggest kid in middle school or high school. We have a picture with my dad, he's 5'6" and I'm standing coming up to his shoulder, so I'm like 5'0" and 80 pounds dripping wet my 7th grade year, and then fell in love with football and just kind of did that throughout middle school and high school, and just really put myself in the weight room because I was so small and I did want to excel and do well. So put on like 20 pounds a year, honestly, from my freshman year to my senior year, and I ended up playing my senior year of football at like 205 pounds, and I was like 5'7", 5'8", so a pretty big kid for high school football. Whenever I was done playing football, it was one of those things, I moved to like a more traditional like push-pull split for bodybuilding and took out the agility and sprint work, obviously, and then the plyometrics and like more explosive movements like power cleans and push presses and stuff like that really were great movements for being an athlete, but had little to offer and a lot of risk when it came to putting on muscle. That, and I started eating a lot more. My dad is Hunter Labrada. He is one of the best professional bodybuilders ever. He placed top 4 at the Olympia 7 times. His best placing ever was 2nd. Growing up, it's kind of funny, he was always just dad. He was done bodybuilding in 1994. So, I was only 2 years old when he finished. So it's not like it was a thing of my memory going to like pro contests and watching him compete, So it was just kind of like dad. He always was huge on us eating healthy, like not like ridiculously like mental, like not like meal prep food, but he was always big on us eating healthy, and like it was never bodybuilding, but it was being active. Like I was never pushed to lift weights when I was young. He was a firm believer you don't need to be doing that until your body is kind of more mature, and he was even kind of like the one going and cringing, like when I'd come home like 9th and 10th grade going, Dad, I squatted this and that today, and he's like, please be careful. He always pushed me to excel at what I chose to do, but it was never like, Hunter, do you want to do bodybuilding? Or Hunter, you should do bodybuilding. Or if you ever want to do it, I'll help you. It's kind of one of those things he almost, like I guess didn't want for me. We have a great relationship, so I feel very blessed to be able to do that with him. You got one more and let's go to the squats.
Oh man, I thought I was gonna get away with it.
I did my first 2 shows within the last month. I won both of them, thank goodness. That was awesome to have the hard work actually pay off. But before that, bodybuilding for me was just eating my meals and training hard. I love training. I always tell people that like if I could never put on another pound of muscle, if I was never gonna get any better, I'd still train the way that I do, like every single day, just because I enjoy how it makes me feel. It's part of my day. It's kind of become like brushing my teeth at this point. It's just my day's off if I don't train or eat like I'm supposed to. Until about 2 months ago, I actually worked at Labrada full-time in internet marketing and like social media marketing and online programs. The thing that I enjoy most about what I do at Labrada is, and like for a matter of fact, what I get out of these Bodybuilding.com videos is, like people come up and be like, dude, this tip made the biggest difference, or I was able to, like become injury-free from this like warm-up that you put out, or I lost 15 pounds with your guide to fat loss. Like that is really cool. It's like, I didn't do it for you. I gave you the tools or like the map on how to do it, but it's cool to see that information motivating people enough to get off their butts and actually do it.